Yo, what's up guys, welcome to a brand new channel. My name is Charlie, you can call me Charlie Sid, Charlie, Sid, whatever. Yeah, Charlie Sid's RL. And basically, I only just came back to playing again, so I'm in a GC1 right now, but I'm sort of like mid GC2 player probably, as a whole. I'm still getting my ranks up. But I used to be top 100 Xbox player back in like 2016, 17, and I was high GC and all four obviously solo twos, threes, and solo standard when that was a thing. But I've quit and come back many a time, and I've just come back the other day, and I had this idea to do Rocket League 101 in 101 parts, and I was like, you know what, it might be fun. So here we are today. So essentially, what this series is gonna be is it's gonna be for absolute beginners at the start. It's gonna gradually get more and more and more advanced. So hopefully, if anyone does see these videos, they can sort of follow along with it and gradually get better as I upload these. And I'm gonna try and upload one every single day, although I can't promise that. But I will definitely do it at least every other day, at a minimum. Obviously, it's 101 videos. I want to try. I don't want that to be like a whole year of my life, like trying to get that out. So today, episode 1 is simply going to be settings, because when you're bronze 1 and you get the game for the first time, you try playing, you're like, oh my god, this is insanely hard. The first thing you're gonna do is look up on YouTube how tips for beginners. I'm a bot, like help me please, right? Hopefully you found this video. This is, I promise you, the first thing you're gonna want to do, because you can't play the game without normal settings. It's not as it's far more important than in other games, because especially with the default keybinds, they're so bad. They're so bad on Rocket League. I'm a controller player. I'd advise you to use controller as well, but we'll get onto that. So here we'll quickly skip through all this stuff. This is just if you have bad internet, put the and you have like packet loss and it's really unstable. If you put it on low, it will lower your ping. It will make your ping higher, but it will be more stable. And if you have bad internet, like I'm on Wi-Fi, use this one. And if you're on you got really good stable, you know, you're fine, and you're on Ethernet and whatnot, apparently you're supposed to use that one, but I'm not sure because I don't use that one. But yeah, if you have bad internet, use this. But I can still use high, and I'm still fine. But yeah, this doesn't really matter, to be honest. I mean, like, just use that. If you don't like toxic people, I'd use this one, because then it's only like, I got it, you know, centering on your left, need boost, you know, stuff like that. So it's actually useful information to you. Camera, this is very important. Okay, I'm gonna give you the rules for this. So obviously you're gonna go custom, because yeah. Camera shake off. You do not want this shit. Why the fuck are you gonna go, yes, let's hit the ball? Oh, wait, my fucking camera shook and I can't say anything then. No, you don't want that. Okay, this has to be full. No one's ever not used it full. It's just pointless. You can see more, but it doesn't affect you badly in any way. Distance, I would be willing to let people go anywhere from 230 to about 260. But if you're like used to 270 or something and you're fine with it, you know, it's not the end of the world. But don't go past that and don't go below 230. I use 240. It's just sort of a nice middle ground. It's just anywhere around there is fine. Height, 90 to about 100 to 110 typically. Only them three. But it depends on your car as well. So a lot of people lower it by 1 when they switch to a flat car instead of like the Octane or Fennec. So yeah, just keep that in mind. I always use 90. I just prefer it. But yeah, anywhere from those three is fine. Angle, you're gonna go sort of this range, 543 minus 543. Yeah, this one minus. But yeah, anywhere in there. What was it at? 3, I think. Can't remember. Yeah, 3, 4, 5. That's fine. Stiffness. This one you can be a bit like far more lenient on this one, but it is better to have it lower, because when you're dribbling at high speed, it just allows you to see more. Essentially, what stiffness is, as your speed increases, the camera will go slightly further back. It's sort of just like, I can't explain why, but like it is good to have. Like, but if you put it on 0, it feels wham, because it feels like your camera just like teleports to the other side of the pitch. But yeah, I use this, but you know, anything below like 0.6, and you're sort of fine, I think. But if you've just started playing, you might as well learn to use a fairly low one. Just don't go too low because it is grim looking. This is so when you move your right stick or whatever it is on mouse, it's to move your camera so you can see around. I would. This isn't for ball cam. This one's for ball cam. This is just for manual looking around. I would put it really high. I mean, I don't see any reason why not to, because then you can just flick it and it instant look. I mean, it's really easy to get used to. I used to play 10, but then I literally only turn it down because people thought I was weird. But yeah, don't have it low because it's horrible. And then this one, if you go past 1.6, it starts to do this weird thing. So obviously this is when you press ball cam and it goes to ball cam, right? If you put this past 1.6, it does this weird thing where it doesn't move the ball cam. It just basically does it instantly, and it doesn't feel very clean. It doesn't feel nice, and it doesn't feel like you see what you're meant to see and you don't take it in properly. So I'd very much recommend doing 1.6. So if you want it to be really fast, but you don't want it to be like instant because it doesn't feel right. So yeah, I would go with that if I was you. This I don't know. You're gonna want this at 0.1 unless you have really bad stick drift. These two, I have no idea what people use, to be honest. But I don't think they really matter that much. Just sort of start with that and then see how you feel, I guess. If you don't like it, you can change it. But like, this wasn't a thing for so long in the game. I don't know. It doesn't really feel that relevant, to be honest. Yeah, you're gonna want this one at 0.1. This one is okay. So dog's leg zone. If you have it really low, you're only gonna have to move your stick like this, like that, and it will do a flip, right? And if you have it really high, then you have to do that to do a flip, or it will only register it as a jump. Because if you have it really low, essentially what it's saying is that's like you have to do like. This isn't like actually proportional, but let's, for example, this is like you only have to move your stick like 10% of the way, and it will count as a dodge, which is essentially a flip, instead of a jump. If you do this, then you have to do 100% to get it to do a dodge instead of a jump. So if you're going up for aerials and you keep backflipping, okay, and you keep backflipping, then you're gonna want to turn it up, because then you're less likely to flip. But if you basically want to have it as low as you can while still never backflipping, because if you're backflipping you need to turn it up, but if you're not backflipping, turn it down and keep doing your trial and error until you get the lowest you can do. I'm just comfortable with 0.5, so I should leave it there. Obviously you don't want vibration on, because I'm about to score. I can't reach my triggers. Fucking morons use vibrations. Yeah, turn that shit off. Full camera. Yeah, I mean, I'm used to toggle. I don't think anyone in their right mind would want to use hold, because when you want to go up for an area, we don't want to be holding this and then trying to jump and shit. Like, no. So toggle. I don't use keyboard mouse, but I know there are plenty of freestylers and whatnot who have really good settings and they play keyboard mouse. So if you just look up keyboard mouse settings, Rocket League, look for something like, I think Pulsar Vampel, I think uses keyboard mouse, and there's a couple freestylers, so you'll find someone. That's really easy. But controller keybinds, I can help you with this. So we'll get through the basics of this really easily. You do not want be on boost. I don't care if you I mean, if you play claw, it's better, but it's still not worth it. Just shove it on any other button. You got plenty of buttons to use. Just shove boost on something where you only use that finger for boost. So I use RB, and this is the only thing my right index is used for, is boost. Because boost is so fucking important. So yeah, keep that in mind. You want these two to be the same, because then you can what you can do is when you're like wave dashing and you're like, so you're air rolling to make sure you land right, you can then already be holding the button to drift, so that you actually get your wave dash like like you keep that good speed. And just like when you're doing your speed kickoff and whatnot, it's just better. Y on that is pretty standard. Everyone uses that. You don't change any of this. You don't want to change any of that. But this, you might, that's weird. I have an elite controller. But, to be honest, when you're first starting the game, until, like, for a long ass time, the only way you're really going to use this is half flipping. Which is, if you don't know, is when you're going back to your goal, what you do it, and you're facing their goal, or something. You need to change direction, right? Like 180. You would reverse, you'd jump, hold backwards, and then flip, and then hold forwards, and one of your arrow buttons, and it was essentially you'd do a backflip, but you'd then land on your car facing the other direction. So but you only need one of them to do that. You can do the same one each time. So that isn't relevant. So I would just set up one of them, and I would set it up as LB because it's just a very good button to have. And if you put it on the left, your brain obviously can function easier because left, you turn it left. It just makes sense. Skip replay, don't really matter. You don't want to change any of this. Scoreboard, I have it on Elastic just because I can't remember what it's on before, but I don't, whatever the default is, I'm not a fan of it for some reason. I can't remember. There's no issues with that. Just put it on whenever you want. It doesn't really matter. None of this matters. Reset shots, so that's when you're doing like a training pack, or if you're on free play and you want to set the ball back to the middle, so you can do like air dribbles or whatever. Just set it to something that you're not using. Like I use B, so it's really easy to just click. Although I click on here because that's my paddle. Yeah, I mean that's only for Rumble. Honestly, that's it. It's as simple as that. The main thing is just keep a finger for its only use to be this, and also a finger's only use. Oh wait, actually no, because I don't hold my controller like this. I can hold it like that. So that's not actually true. I don't only use LB and then like only use LT. But that's the most important one. Either use RB on boost. I know some people use LB boost. I don't know what other people use. I think some people do play claw. Just as long as you're comfortable and pressing other buttons does not affect your ability to use a boost in any way, you're fine. But just do not use B and A, because that shit is so fucking bad. It's unbelievable. Do not use it. That is my biggest rule. That and camera shake from this video is the main things you need to take. This is irrelevant. Have these on. The rest of it is just whatever you want. Oh, there's one thing I forgot. Okay, these. You don't want these on. They're annoying. You know when you save it and it goes save and it comes up on your screen. Why do you want things popping up on your screen taking away your attention? You don't. Because then you're going to have to make another save. Or you're going to try and counter and score a goal. The last thing you want is it coming up saying stuff on your screen. So turn that off. Just turn it off. Please. This is different if you're on PC or console. Everything else is, the same. But this comes in a bit different. If you're on console, just I don't think it really matters. It's just I can't even remember if there even is a video settings page. So if there isn't, just ignore this. Skip to the next bit. But I personally, I have a good PC, so and I'm on a good monitor as well. Not incredible, like it's a good PC. So obviously you want this in high quality so you can actually see everything properly. You want to be able to see like you want to be able to make sure you're hitting the perfect part of the ball that you want to hit. So you want to see like you should want to be able to see everything you want to see, basically. But everything else, you don't want to. If you're looking at it, you're not playing the game right. You should be looking at the ball and the game at all times. So turn this shit off to the lowest thing possible. Honestly, it looks nicer with this on performance anyway. It looks much smoother in my opinion. Not like higher frames, like the ball, the trail behind the ball and everything just looks nicer when you have all of it off, to be honest. And the world detail, I mean, I don't want to see the trains going past and like fucking fish and sharks and aquadomes, do you know what I mean? All of this, it's just like, it makes it more simple. It looks really, really clean without it. But make sure you keep this one on, because this is not cosmetic. This is a part of the game, right? If someone's attacking you and you don't have this on, you can't see through the post. You know when you're in the goal and the goal post literally goes transparent like it says, so you can see and make the save? Yeah, if you turn that off, you're not going to be able to do that. So, yeah, turn the rest off and keep that one on. I mean, see, if you want these on because you think it looks nice, then go for it. But you're dropping frames and you're losing concentration. Yeah, so that's that one. This, I turn everything off. I use my own music when I'm playing the game. I listen to Spotify or whatever. So I just have it, like, obviously this just depends on you. All your different settings and your mic settings and yeah, so it's kind of irrelevant. But yeah, that's irrelevant. Here, this doesn't really matter, but just make sure you're comfortable with it. So essentially, all the ones all that really matters, I really should set this up better. Also, you want this to be nice to your teammates, because when you're nice to your teammates, that is actually a really good thing. Like, it helps you win, genuinely. If your teammate scores, say nice shot, no matter what goal it is. If your teammate gets an assist, or if they had any part to play in giving you the ball to score a goal in any way, say great pass, right? You just do it. It just makes them play better, 100%, no shadow of a doubt, right? But other than that, you're gonna want these. Centering is really important. Not enough people use it. It's really good. Honestly, instead of this, you should probably do. I'm gonna do it right now. You should have these on your left, on your right, probably faking as well, because it's an alphabetical order, by the way. Because then things that are important. I also need boost. Because if you're sat in goal and your mate's waiting for you to save it, and you're just thinking, "Fuck, I have no boost. What can I do?" Right? If you just tell them, and then they can come across to save it, that chat has just saved your goal and might get you from fucking Diamond 3 to Champ 1. Do you know what I mean? And then this is irrelevant. So yeah, that is episode 1 of 101 of Rocket League 101. That's a mouthful. I hope you enjoyed. Yeah. Tomorrow, I think what I will do is the concept of the utmost basic of things. It's going to be a bit of a messy one because it's not going to be a specific thing I'm going to teach you. I'm going to sort of go through hitting the ball, 50-50s, and the most generic version of position I can think of that anyone can do and understand. I will probably do another video irrelevant to this series about advanced rotations, about the best rotations you can do in each game mode. For people who aren't new and can actually understand it and try and learn it. So yeah, I appreciate you watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'll be back tomorrow with episode 2 of 101. And peace.